GM Daily Dosers. How is everybody doing? So nice to see you. Ooh, Christine Liu, you do change your PFP to a cute little moonbird. Hello. Leslie, nice to see you. YVR Trader, what's up? Axu, let's get the voice of DeFi up here so we can get some tunes going. Laura, hello. To the moon. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, the voice of DeFi.
Well, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you are doing well, Ryan.
I am. I'm doing. How's Texas today?
Texas is fantastic. It's definitely fall weather, but ready for the weekend, ready to get into a fall weather weekend.
Love it. Nice. I love how I talk to people that almost every day and I have no idea what you look like. it's
Soon,
it's
soon, maybe Miami, maybe Miami.
all right, cool. It's this funny world we live in. I love it. All right. Well, do you mind playing us some tunes for a minute to get this party started?
Will do. Let's do a little funk today.
Great. Thank you. Amazing. That was fun. Thanks, the voice of DeFi. I appreciate it. That was great. Hello, Mech and Clemente. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. On the move this morning, but all good.
On the move. Ooh, are you riding a bike right now?
No, I'm not. I'm hopping in my car. I got a doctor's appointment.
Okay, got it. Love it. I just came back from my amazing chiropractor appointment, and I'm super old. I don't look it, but I'm 98, and I have to get my back adjusted. Oh my God, y'all, being 45. Yeah, it turns out, sitting at computers for my whole life was not good for me. So, Clemente, how's it going?
Good, good. Happy Friday. I actually used to. I've had back problems as well. Maybe I'm too young to be
Oh,
having them, but what helped me, I used to do chiropractor and like this heated acupuncture, and you do
ooh,
that like twice a week. It felt phenomenal. Like my back, the inflammation went away, and then started doing like
wow.
ice baths and cold showers. Like you do like three or four of those things, and it's kind of crazy how fast like you actually start feeling
Damn.
better, and the inflammation goes away. But anyways.
Okay. Well, everybody, so the daily dose today, we're going to talk about chiropractors and back problems. Surprise.
The new venture is chiropractic for
Yeah.
geeks.
I'm setting up a physical therapy office, and y'all welcome to come by. Oh my God. Okay. It's so fun to see everybody here. It's funny because I was feeling tired, like didn't sleep well, kept my phone on way too late, and was dragging. And like the second we turn on this space and you all show up, it's like my energy just goes to the roof. And I just am so happy to be here with all of you. I love it. It's the best part of my day. But let's get this party started. Got a lot of fun stuff to do today, and interesting things to chat about. We've got a POAP, of course. Can't wait to give out. So let me scroll down and say hi to some friends first. Really good to see so many people. Josh Boborowski, good to see you. Aiken, as always, nice to see you. Leslie, how's it going? I'm going to scroll to the middle here and say hi to some people. Bud is to lower. No, that's not right. Bud, it's no, it, Bud, it stole your. I got it. Thanks for coming by. RKD Pete, always good to see you. Torg, hello. Josh Wags, good to see you. Final Ryan, hello. Ether C, nice to see you. Who else is we got Sorbet Box, welcome. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna scroll even further. Wow, we got a lot of people today. Yesterday was bonkers, y'all. We had 3,000 people show up. That blew my mind. And I appreciate everybody being here. Sophia, good to see you. Enigma, Sunny. All right. So just want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate every single one of you spending your valuable time with us. So Mac has already done it. If you could all retweet the pinned tweet, let's get some more friends in here. Let's spread the love. Let's give out the daily dose to more people. Appreciate you doing that. We're doing a POAP today. Mac is going to kindly pin another tweet that kind of explains like why we're doing POAPs. What's it about? The short answer is we're launching something big next year, and I want my community to win. So the best way to win is to collect that POAP, and we will take care of you. So be a part of the community, and then you'll win. Today, the POAP art is by King Tut, King Tut _ETH. We're doing it's a photographic POAP today, kind of new, kind of different. So I want to thank them. They're a regular listener to the show, so I appreciate them being around. King Tut, if you're around, please request a stage. We can get you up here. All right. And the last little note, little public service announcement is smash that purple comment button, y'all. This is the way that Mac and Clemente and the other speakers and I can hear from you. It's also a really good way that you all can meet each other and see who's here and chit chat and hopefully follow each other. My goal is that you all build relationships with each other as we go. So smash that purple comment button, say hello, get involved, and I'll be reading out some of those. For instance, GG says GMGM, good to see you. Ulas.psd says GMGM. What else is happening here? A lot of GM, Cyber Squeeze GM. This is great. Oh, we've got Pops Val is just vibing with the dripping funk. Great little GIF you got there. So smash that comment button. All right. Let's get started with our market daily report from Mintify. As you all know, I'm a big fan of the Mintify app. I've been using it for a long time. We do a lot of analysis here at 121G.fund, my NFT fund. We look at a lot of data, and Mintify was a tool that I was loving and using. And Evan and I, the founder, started talking. He said, "Hey, we should support the show and read a market daily report because that data is important, and it's data everybody should know anyway." So they sponsor the show, and then they read us the new the Mintify market report. So I presume that's Jake over there. Welcome.
It is. Thank you, and good morning. How's it going?
Good. Good morning. Take it away.
All right, great. Let's get into it. So the total 24-hour market volume, 14.3 mil, highest sale. CryptoPunk, as usual, that either usually that or Basie, 81.91 for 284 ETH. Top 3 collections based on volume. KPR has been going pretty crazy the past few days. Just over 3K ETH traded at a 0.635 ETH floor price. Art Gobbler's losing some volume on that dip, presumably from the flippers. 3K ETH traded, floor price of 9 ETH, and Basie just under 800 ETH traded at a 69.5 ETH floor price. Top gainers, Gimme getting just under 200% up, and Ha-Jung Woo X Supernormal getting 120% up. Got some noteworthy market updates. You can now mint your Utes with your tubes. So if you have one, get on that. If you want that is. And you got
not an endorsement.
Yeah, no, not an endorsement. Some people want to hold the unrevealed one. And you guys announced plans to, quote, turn on Meebits, hinting at a roadmap. There's some news right there with that. And, crypto's up pretty good today. ETH's at just about, 1660, like 8.5% up today. So that's pretty nice to see. That's all, and thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Mintify. Thanks, Jake. I really appreciate Mintify sponsoring the show. It allows us to build out the show and make things even better for you all. So appreciate that so much. And guess what? We've got a little giveaway today, which is kind of fun. I think it's really fun. So Evan, the founder, DM'd me and said, "Hey, how about a couple allow lists for our new PFP, which is a free mint, to folks in the Daily Dose?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I would love that." So we're going to do a quick giveaway today, and we're going to announce the winners at the end of the show. So you got to do this during the show. You got to be here when we announce, and we'll bring you up on stage. So here's how you do it. you retweet the pinned tweet that Mech will throw up there in a minute. It's the tweet from Intify about the PFP project. So retweet that, and then we'll pick one winner. Two winners at the end of the show, and you will get an allow list to that PFP, which is launching in December and is a free mint. So excited about that. Thought it'd be kind of fun to give that to you all. So thanks to Minify for doing that. Appreciate it. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the Poe app. So as you all know, you have been bearing with us as we've been exploring. We've been trying new things with the Poe app. And so we used to do a secret clue that you had to get, but the problem is some of you lovely people wanted it so bad that it was being farmed out to Discords and Twitter DMs, which isn't in the spirit of what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, reward the community that's really here. So discovered rev.gg, and they have this amazing system, and I'm not being paid to say that. We're not even paying for it right now. They're just building it for us, where we take a little secret silent roll count. And at some point in the show, we're going to snapshot the room and who's here, and everybody who gets snapshotted at the end of the show will share a mint link, and you can mint the Poe app. So yesterday, Austin from Rev did a ton of updates, deployed more servers, added new code. So I'm confident we'll have less problems today. So bear with us, y'all. We're getting close. So that is Poe app stuff. All right. Let's keep going. The next section I'm really excited about. So as you all know, maybe don't know, but maybe you know, I've been using Lucky Trader for a long time, and it is the only app, literally the only app on my phone that I have notifications on for. I think it's the best news source in Web3 because you get absolutely cutting edge news specifically related to Web3. So Restivo, the founder and CEO, said, hey, we would love to sponsor the show once a week and read out the news on Fridays. And I was like, awesome. So they are our official news app of Daily Dose. Make sure to download that app, install it. I think you're going to love the notifications. So let's give it over to Lucky Trader to read the news for the day.
Ryan, thank you. And welcome to today's NFT Morning Minute.
Whoop, whoop.
The top market story today, gobblers and goo prices are falling fast as liquidity dries up. The gobblers are down nearly 50% and goo is below $200. Blur beats OpenSea in trading volume for the third straight day on the back of this gobbler volume, though royalty data is now out and 83% of Blur users are skating royalties. Yuga Labs has turned on the Meebits and also are hinting at a 9-stage activation roadmap. They're also including fun techno music from the Warp Sound team. Art Block's momentum and sentiment is as high as ever as the friendship bracelets launch from Alexis Andre and Snowfro. Over 11,000 have already been minted, holding a 0.05 ETH floor, and Squiggles reaching a new all-time high at 17 ETH. The Knights of Degen acquiring LeagueDAO in a big Web3 fantasy sports move, furthering the Knights' goal of being the premier Web3 sports community. SuperRare announcing the Rare Pass Genesis, which is providing access to 24 of the absolute top artists in the space, including Xcopy, Drifter, Killer Acid, Matt Cain, and other rising stars like Alien Queen, OSF, Tijo, and more. And then Instagram revealing their first 12 artists helping with the NFT integration, also including Drift and a few other leading artists. And on that Instagram news, Polygon up 22%, sitting at $1.15. That's our morning minute. Ryan, back to you.
Love it. Thanks, Lucky Trader and the crew. Appreciate you so much. Lots of good news to discuss there. So I would love it. We're going to do something a little different today where the speakers on stage, you can actually pick from this selection of news and comment on any one of the items. You can see the tweet pinned above. We can talk about Art Gobblers going down, Yuga Labs turning on Meebits, Art Blocks and the Friendship Bracelet, Knights of Degen acquiring LeagueDAO, Blur becoming the #1 marketplace, which blows my mind, SuperRare launching Rare Pass, and Instagram launching NFTs. I'm just going to go, I think I saw Gene's hand first. Over to you. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Or well, it's your show, but thank you.
Well, I appreciate
Um,
that. Thank you.
um, two quick comments. One, art gobblers is just a reminder that a lot of these things where there's some sort of Ponzi-nomic scheme. And I'm not 100% sure how the goo and the gobblers like how they all interact. But anything where there's some sort of Ponzi-nomic scheme where it's like you're getting some return, but some hyperinflated return for something, and you're like a game theoretic gaming scheme, they tend to go down pretty fast. Like once the chairs, it's like musical chairs, right? The
Yeah.
music stops, and
There's
you're
no chair
looking,
left.
And then the other thing, I think this ETH price action. Like I got into a tiff in the Nifty portal because
Ooh.
I'm just very like I believe, hey, someday ETH will be worth $7,000-8,000.
Yeah,
Next bull cycle.
I don't understand how that doesn't happen. I feel the same way.
Exactly, but I think there are these traders who are just like, you meet these people who like they've got like a million lines on a chart, and they're like, oh, well, it's gonna bounce off this support. It's like, why are you trading this thing? Like, I'm sure some people are good at it. Don't get me wrong, but there are people, and every now and then, after something just, after one of their lines pans, I was like, yeah, I told you, it was so obvious it was gonna bounce right here off this support. And it's like, okay, if you knew that, why don't you go?
Why aren't you a billionaire?
Yeah, I don't understand like the people who kind of sit here and trade this asset. Like, be patient, it'll accumulate it.
Gene, that's because we're just kind of rational, boring people. That's the problem. You need to be less rational and less boring.
That's my rant. That's my rant.
I appreciate that. Thanks for that rant. We need more rants on this show, y'all. All right, let's go to Mac.
Ooh, perfect timing. Here's my rant.
Hey, let's go.
I want to talk about 80% of the royalties being skated. I want to talk about that because
what the hell? It's so hopeful. Bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say I'm shocked. I did expect that most people wouldn't pay it. I thought the incentivization would be helpful. I think the token not being available or like not really seeing the full scope of how that benefits people is a thing. So perhaps in the future, if they last, like that'll be an incentive where people say, oh, this is converting to more, money. But
no.
Yeah, this is just the space that we're in, and I'm not bullish on this being sustainable. So I hate it.
I know. Yeah, I hate it. I like that. We need more I hate it's from this. Well, but let's be thoughtful with those I hate it's. And let's do our research, okay? So I just want to call out some fun comments I'm seeing from IXZO. They have a cute little stick person that says bullish on everyone here. And you know what? I agree with that. Toga Trash has a cute little GIF that says everybody gets a POAP, and it's that's fun. So I love all of these comments, y'all. They're great. Make me smile. Okay. Mac is driving. So
I got an eye. So Mackie's next, in The Voice and Barney.
Okay, cool. Mackie, welcome back. My weird twin brother.
How are you driving and keeping track of us?
I look down at the lights. I'm in New York.
Okay, good.
Nobody's driving anymore.
Mac, please don't die. Like, seriously, don't die.
We like you as a co-host.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. Mackie, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. I want to talk about Polygon price action because I am extremely underexposed. But I'm also wondering, if the price goes up too high, are we going to have the same situation where with Ethereum gas that happened a few years ago, where it became too costly, and then there's going to be a layer 3 version of Polygon? Like, are we just chasing this snowball down the hill?
That would be ironic and disappointing. Actually, I have a computer science degree, but wow, it's been a long time since I coded. So I understand some of the technicalities behind Polygon and how it scales, but I assume that that's not possible. I would love some super smart dev to hop on stage and teach us that. So if that's you, request to come up on stage and teach us why Polygon's not going to fall over, which I don't think it is. Again, my goldfish memory is gone. No clue. Who's next?
the voice of DeFi.
Oh, cool. Hey, the voice.
Hey, everybody. Matt kind of took where I was going with it, but I still want to talk more about it, and that's the Blur beats OpenSea's trading volume for the second day in a row. However, the 83% are skating royalties. Here's my thought. Whenever Blur first came out, I thought, great, we're incentivizing the space to be able to pay for royalties. And most of Twitter, at least from my timeline, and I understand everybody's is unique, but most of Twitter was like, hell yeah, we need to pay those royalties. We need to make sure the artists get what they're supposed to get. So I was thinking that as we saw time go on, that Blur would be a really good model to not only, encourage, but actually incentivize us paying royalties to artists. But here I get this data here that Mintify or that Lucky Trader is reading, and it's saying that 83%. You're telling me only 17 out of 100 people are paying royalties.
So disappointing.
It is, and it also makes me wonder if Blur, if their model is going to work, because I thought it would. But now I'm reading that even though it is in volume working, but it's not incentivizing people in the way that I think we thought it would, or at least it would.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to log my vote as disappointed here as well. It's so interesting to watch human behavior. That's what I think. That's one of the things I love the most about the NFT space is no matter what we say, it's what we want to do as humans that's going to drive the market. And it basically people are in private, choosing not to pay royalties because no one can see them do that as it happens. And as humans, we've evolved to be selfish, right? And I think it's kind of interesting to see that play out. Please, y'all. I'm going to vote with my wallet. I'm going to continue to pay royalties. I think they're really important. So thanks for bringing that the voice. I appreciate it.
I feel like it was a do as I say, not as I do sort of a situation.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to shout out somebody in the audience. I see Scottie Pippen in the audience, and wow.
Oh my God, like the real Scottie Pippen?
The real Scottie Pippen is
Oh my God, what? Scottie, please come up on stage.
Yeah, I agree with that. So
holy shit. I've watched the Bulls. Okay, so you've heard me say I don't care about sports on other shows, and I troll people for talking about sports, but I'm attached to the Bulls during that time period. I'm literally wearing Jordans right now. So Scottie, if you want to come up, I think I'll just lose my mind. But
you have Jordans, Ryan?
Oh, Ed, do you not even know me? Well, get out of here. Get off stage.
Ed has no idea.
That's so dope. Okay, I'm just trying to find the time to get my Jordans. So it's like everyone has Jordans but me.
Okay, well, we can sort that out. We'll figure that out. So, I love threes. The threes are my jam. I used to have 5 pairs of them, and I was like, this is I have a problem. So I actually sold some of them. So, okay, what? Oh yeah, we're talking about this because Scottie's here. I just sending out vibes to Scottie Pippen and saying you brought so much joy to my childhood. So thank you. And the Bulls wouldn't have been who they were without you. So just putting that out there. All right, back to NFTs. That was so exciting.
I agree. I got my ones on always. We're gonna go to Barney and then we're gonna Drew.
Cool. Hey Barney, welcome.
Afternoon, Ryan and Mick from the UK, man.
Ooh,
I was going to say
Mick's
a woman, so she can multitask. She can drive and host. She's
so true.
She's blessed. And Ryan, I've seen your Jordans. When you were in Web3 in Las Vegas, I was giving you props. I think they look great. I'm also a massive Jordan head, so big you up.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I reckon if Scottie comes up, it's going to be epic. Especially, it'll finish the week off well. So Scottie, you know where the request stage button is. We want to see you, and we want to know what's in your bag.
Yes.
I think for me, 2 things: Gobbler and royalties. For me, I think for art gobblers, it's just so interesting how small our ecosystem is. I haven't any bags in this. I don't know a lot. I've been out of the ecosystem for about a week. I've had stuff on, but it's just so interesting. It had so much notoriety going into it for the people who knew about it. But when you execute something, it only takes one domino, a little bit of bad news in such a small ecosystem, and it can all come tumbling down. And I really do believe that that's what we're seeing now with this floor price, without going into the intricacies. I've obviously been in spaces and that. And I think it's pivotal, isn't it, for what influencers are putting their name to, what projects are doing due diligence on their teams and what they're up to, how that image is going to be transpired out to an audience. Things need to slow down, take time to see the wider picture. And I hope people learn from it because it can be a real big downfall for a lot of projects if they don't think of these things. With regards to Blur, though, I was going to ask, with the volume, is a lot of that volume not also to do with airdrops, with the airdrops they're doing? And I'm wondering how that
I don't think
quantifies
so.
into. No,
I,
it's not. Okay, I
no,
wasn't sure.
it'd be good if someone clarified that, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I think it's literally people being motivated by zero royalties, and and Blur being a superior kind of technological platform, and it's disappointing. I think it is what it is.
Yeah.
I
Well, two things. Well, good on them for competing with OpenSea, but I do agree with the royalties element. And I think, Brian, you hit the nail on the head. What people say and what people do are two different things. And I think maybe you almost need to take that choice away from people or incentivize them to do the right thing. So I'm presuming Blur, I haven't used the platform. I've been meaning to have a look at it, but I presume they take a fee as well as the royalties
Nope.
fee.
No,
No,
it's zero.
none.
Right now it's 0%. So
Oh
yeah,
wow! Because
you should try it.
I'm
I
gonna go
like
have
it
a
as a
look now.
platform.
It's on my to-do list. But I was thinking maybe they should look at people who choose to pay royalties to incentivize them in maybe a future airdrop or a
Well,
That's
future.
exactly what they're doing, though. That's
that's what
my
they
Oh,
do.
are
point.
they?
And the
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
is that it's not enough.
Yeah,
Wow, I'm
so
well out of the loop. I'm looking and like I got egg on my
Barney,
face.
you've been out of the industry for a week. Come on.
Oof, I know. To be fair, I've been popping in and out. It's so
Just kidding.
difficult to keep up. No, but
No.
you're right, and I'll go and get educated. But it's that's even more worrying to see that they are doing that and people aren't doing anything
I know.
about it. It's really sad.
It is sad. Thanks, Barney. I mean,
No worries.
we need, and I've been chatting a lot with Pac-Man, founder of Blur, over DMs, and I believe they're really trying to do the right thing here, but there isn't enough tokenomic incentive around the Blur token. It's just not useful, right? So why have it? So I'm gonna go to Clemente. Hello.
Oh, we skipped Drew,
Yeah,
but we'll back. Yeah.
yeah, we can go. I'll go to Drew right after this. I just want to quickly add my thoughts as far as like a trader's point of view. I think part of my takeaway from this Blur experiment and seeing this marketplace shift is the fact that we didn't realize possibly how many traders in this place actually exist versus collectors, right? And I think it's important to make that decision or to make that compare the two and basically say like, hey, when someone's buying into a project, are they doing it to support an artist? Are they doing it to collect an item, or are they doing it to speculate on it? And I think the majority of the space right now is based off of speculation, given the market that we're in.
Amen.
And also given the fact that we are in a market where I think the majority of us have lost money over the last 5 to 6 months. It doesn't make as much sense to pay a royalty to something that you're losing money on versus something that you're profiting off of, like everyone was back in January. They're happy to pay a royalty.
It's easier to be stingy if you're losing money, right? Again, human behavior. We're in action. Like we are seeing what humans do, right? Whether we want them to or not, right? So not shaming, just observing. I just wish it was different. So was it Drew that was next?
Yeah, that's true.
Drew, welcome back.
Thank you, buddy. Excited to come on and talk about the Knights League DAO acquisition news.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, we have the founder, everybody, of one of the news items. So I'll give you a short 30-second thing where so that way it's not shilling. Go.
Yeah, I've also, first of all, thanks Lucky Trader for including us in the news. I think it's a big deal. I think there's a couple things that really everyone should kind of cover. One, if you don't know about Knights is one of the leading sports PFP community. Most sales on OpenSea. We're, fantasy platform and doing some really exciting stuff. But what's really exciting about the League DAO acquisition is this is one of the first, Ryan, maybe correct me if you know of any, that is like a true natural Web3 native acquisition. So company to company, a DAO acquiring a DAO, equity acquiring equity. I think that's a major breakthrough for the space. I hope that we're pioneers and see a lot more of that coming. The other major thing that I think is really exciting about this, which is why we were so pumped to do this, was that fantasy sports is probably the most natural utility that I've seen for a token. Because if you guys have played fantasy sports before, you give your money to a friend, you hold it for 6 months, then they pay out the winner, and that's the end of the season. That's what happens. But nowadays, because the team at League DAO is really, OG Barnbridge guys, super smart in the DeFi space. I think actually a couple of the founders might be in the audience if you want to bring them up. But they have built in DeFi to the foundation of the platform. So now that's 6 months where the token is where you'll have to use DGen token to participate in our leagues and to play in our fantasy games. That is going to be locked up, earning interest, which generates really interesting concepts. One is that we get to like earn revenue to the protocol without charging our customers just for their natural behavior of participating in a fantasy league while earning about a 10% APR for providing liquidity pools.
Right. So like, let me interrupt real quick. So
yeah.
I think what you're pointing out is that if you have a whole ecosystem, whether it's, you know, in fantasy sports or any other kind of playing system, you can actually introduce, you know, real tokenomics that makes sense.
That's
But
it.
Drew,
That's
I
exactly.
have to cut you off because I don't want it to seem like we're kind of, you know, educating everybody on the project too
I'm
much.
actually just more talking theoretically now about like the concepts, because I think I think the real thing that I want to just get across here, forget, you know, Knights of Degen or not, I think the real two things here are that a big acquisition, a really exciting acquisition happened. Two, you're going to see now that like some of these products that have true native utility, like most professional sports, you have people that play, you have people that watch, and then the biggest driver now of adoption and on utility in real sports is fantasy and betting. Now in the esports and play to earn space, I expect it to be the same. Like Zed Run, Footium Soccer, a lot of these like VBA basketball, they're going to have people that play, they're going to have people that watch, but there are also going to be another layer of engagement and fandom around metaverse sports, which is
that's what I'm excited about.
Me too.
You know, I'm excited about, and this is the promise of Web3. Like we can actually participate in what used to be just games as owners now, and there's financial incentives. Like it's all very exciting. Drew, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks,
Appreciate
buddy.
it.
And if you want to call, there are a couple other founders of actually LeagueDAO, the company that was acquired. So if you want to talk to them about their perspective on the acquisition, they're actually in the room right now.
Cool. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to another hand mech. Who's next?
It's Emily Love.
Emily loves crypto. What's happening? Welcome back.
Hey, GM. How's it going?
Yeah, good. I'm doing good.
Earlier, you were asking about if we think Polygon is going to fall over.
That was a question, and I realized I don't technically understand how Polygon scales. So tell us if you understand.
Yeah, I'll try to give you a little briefing here.
Yay. Thank you.
Polygon is very unique in the ecosphere because it is both an L2 and a sidechain. And an L2 basically acts as a scaling solution to make the main chain or the L0 more efficient. But a sidechain is meant to be easily operated with the main chain, but have its own security solutions as well. So Polygon is all of these things because they're working on so many different versions of scaling solutions. They're very likely not going to fall over. They're a pretty robust and stable network in general. Like I'm personally super bullish on Polygon.
This is awesome. Let me interrupt really quick. Sadly, the voice of DeFi, we rotate off stage. We love you. Sorry, but we're trying to give a lot of space. So I'm going to do nerd alert. This feels like a nerd alert to me, and I'm going to make a nerd alert noise. Nerd alert, everybody. So Emily is providing the nerd alert. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. And then you were asking about, you know, if we think Blur is really going to incentivize users in the long term or take down OpenSea. And I am still a strong believer that these kind of centralized sources for facilitating trades or trying to incentivize things like royalties are not going to last. I think that as soon as we figure out how to incorporate royalties into the contract itself, the traditional function of an exchange is going to go away and turn into something more like a brokerage with brokerage fees. And
so
let me
ask you about that if you don't mind.
Sure.
So I think a lot of folks in the audience probably don't understand why we can't enforce royalties on chain. Do you have the technical expertise to talk about that?
Sure. Okay, so you could enforce royalties on chain, but the problem is that the common NFT contracts, which are ERC 1155 and ERC 721, do not have royalties written into them. And that's the problem. If they're a part of the smart contract and a part of the transaction, then it works. If they're not a part of the smart contract, then it's not enforceable. And this is kind of a key tenet that a lot of people rally behind in Web3, but forget about conveniently when it comes to these types of situations. So it's not that it's entirely unenforceable. It's that the current NFT contract types that we use do not enforce them.
Got it. And, then I'd like one more comment from you. And this is great, Emily. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think, what's your opinion about the industry moving to a standard that does support royalties in contract? And tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that. And actually, we might be able to transition to that as a topic, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's definitely coming. One of my friends is really into the Punks contract because the Punks contract actually has a marketplace mechanism built into it. And that is a game changer as far as NFTs go. And that was written, before we had the big powerhouses like OpenSea out there. And I think that is going to find a new form that's commonly accepted. The problem is that these large NFT marketplaces have to then adapt to support this functionality. And there's a lot of conflict put in place because their intention is to support the royalties off chain. But off-chain marketplaces in general bring a lot of risk to traders, and you see that when you go and sign the transaction that says I'm going to give OpenSea or a marketplace access to all of my tokens so that they're able to trade on my behalf. You have to grant them access to your entire collection, and that is an exploitable risk.
Got it. Thank you. Please come back. I really appreciate your technical analysis. So you're welcome back on stage anytime.
You bet.
Thanks.
Thank
All
you.
right. Let's keep the conversation going. Just also seeing a lot of friends that have popped on stage. Elon Musk is here. Oh, wait, almost. We got bored Elon here. Welcome, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Let's go to next hands. We'll try to honor the hands. Mech, who is next?
It's gonna be fun with Ryan. So I'm gonna text you the next few people because I'm gonna have my appointment now.
Sounds good. Have fun. Stay safe.
Hey, GM, everyone, TGIF.
TGIF.
Happy to be here with all the Daily Dosers. Just a real quick comment on the news about the SuperRare Pass and Instagram. So I think it's really interesting because I think we're going to see more of a separate market for art. I think art NFTs are kind of moving into their own space and
Interesting.
kind of playing by their own rules. Because I mean, like you also in the news, there was the mention that Squiggle's floor has like kind of increased as well. So I'm seeing that the art play, people are obviously just looking at it as a pure collection play, right? At the high end of the market.
That's an interesting point. And let me cut in for a second really quick. That is interesting to think about because if you use Blur just as a user, it feels absolutely not about art, right? It's all about trading. It's a power tool. And then if you go to, for instance, the QQL marketplace, it's completely different, right? And that's an interesting observation, and I feel like that would make a lot of sense because seeing these verticalized solutions that are really all about this NFTs specifically in that market makes a lot of sense. Final round. I'm going to keep going just because we have a lot of hands. Clemente, did you keep track of who's next? If not, I'll wing it. Okay, I'm going to wing it. I'm going to go to Lucky.
It's Mick.
Mick, thanks. Go to your doctor's office. Come on. All right, let's go. Thanks, Mick.
Yo.
You're great.
Thanks.
Welcome, Mick.
Look, what's being spoken about there is spot on, and I think that's the key, right? We're a new market, and there's so many horizontals here. We've got art people, we've got traders, and I think one thing we're not considering is NFTs as products versus services. So, in art as products, it makes more sense, but most of these collections, most of these projects are looking to take royalties on NFTs when they should be providing something that's more tangible as a service, and they're not.
Interesting.
Our gobblers themselves stated that they're a closed ecosystem that wasn't interested in profits for the team. They just wanted to set something and sort of forget it and see how the experiment goes. So it makes sense that there wouldn't be, a focus on royalties there. I think there's a lot to unpack that we haven't yet. So this conversation, I think, is good.
Thanks, Mick. Yeah, appreciate it. It'll be fascinating to see how the marketplace battles essentially play out. All right, I'm going to go to Lucky Trader and then Chris Garner.
I was going to pull us back to the art blocks topic and the friendship bracelets. So first, anyone in the audience here or listening, if you owned any art blocks NFTs prior to October 26th, you are eligible for the free mint. You can actually mint 2 of the bracelets for free. So definitely go do that if you held the NFTs in your wallet. Early sentiment, community reaction to these things, people really seem to like the art quite a bit. It's from the artist Alexis Andre, has 4 or 5 different art blocks projects along with Snowfro. Interestingly enough, some market action, people are starting to rotate back to Alexis Andre's previous projects.
Oh,
Several have been moving. So Obi Sarah is up 277% in the last day. Void is up 40%. Departed is up 39%. And then Alexis's original curated project, 720 Minutes, is up 15%. So some interesting market data and rotation happening.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. And number one, thanks for letting everybody know they can mint that. Don't miss out, y'all, if that's you. And thanks for the extra data, Lucky Trader. Appreciate it. Let's go to Chris Garner and then Rusty.
Hey, guys. GM.
GM.
So I just wanted to expand a little on what Emily explained. It really good about the base, but wanted to explain like how we can why we don't have to worry about gas fees going up on Polygon. So
go for it. I want to understand.
Yeah. So pretty much like Emily explained it, like there are sidechains, like you could think like are on the same base. But Polygon, Gnosis chain, they market themselves as friendly for Ethereum community. So pretty much they create bridge and try to build really on top of Ethereum. So that's the reason why sometimes people confuse them with layer 2s. And what's pretty cool is like how the gas fees mechanism work on Ethereum and the forks or the sidechains that use the Ethereum virtual machine is that pretty much like an auction. You make a transaction and then you say how much you want to pay, and the price is set up on gas. That's the G-Weight and random stuff that you see. So that's not even priced on USD. It's priced actually on gas. So the price of the asset, either Matic, Avalanche, is not it doesn't really affect like
the transactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. So it's completely separate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what affects it is like how much people is using it. So if everyone is paying like $10, then and you want your transaction faster, you need to pay like 11, and then it goes start going up. And that's what could happen to Polygon, happen to other networks sometimes, like everyone wants to use it. But there's a solution because it's working like Ethereum. You could add Arbitrum, Optimism, CKSync. So all these layer 2 solutions that work on Ethereum are going to work on a Polygon. So
awesome.
At some point you will have like everything. So this is like fairly technical, but in reality, the idea is the user doesn't even care what network or what is connecting. It's like automatic.
It's all interchangeable. It's all it all works with each other. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate adding more technical knowledge. I'm always interested in speakers who are going to add more technical analysis or facts to the conversation and help us all learn. So thanks for that. Like I said, we'll go to Rusty and then we'll go to Board. Rusty, welcome.
Hey, GM Ryan, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks.
And I know Mek's the doctor, and Mek and I have never spoken, but I just wanted to call her out because I actually have, every time I see her in a space, I always join. She's awesome. So
I 100% agree.
Appreciate her. Lucky Trader, I just wanted to touch base, follow up on the the friendship bracelets. I was looking at those and I said, you know, I got a few for having art blocks, but I see it as two things you can do with that. One's selfish and one's selfless. The selfish one is, you know, it's always good to have a piece of art blocks if you don't have any exposure. You know, I don't think that they're gonna go on a run or anything financially, but just having a piece of it is nice. And so you can't go wrong. But one thing you can do on the selfish side is you can use that, which is a low entry point, to kind of qualify for some of those sweeps that Blur is saying for their airdrop. And so I see it as, hey, if I buy a bunch of these, they're things I like, but at least I can qualify for the 3 airdrop for 3 sweeps for token airdrop too.
Got it. So you're just a trader. You don't care about art. Is that what you're saying?
No, I do
just kidding.
Which is the funny thing. It's like, I'm happy to have them, but I also can kind of use it for that purpose. The selfless side of it, I'm seeing it as, you know, as Lucky Trader said, there's a mechanic where you can actually mint them to a friend. The idea is once for you, once for a friend. And so I've already given one to a friend. I'm thinking about giving some other ones. And I see it as a way to kind of onboard some friends that might have, you know, NFTs and some of the more like centralized, like I have friends that have Top Shot, but they don't have anything on, you know, mainnet Ethereum. And so for me, I can give them something that didn't cost a ton or got to me for free. And now they have an NFT from a reputable collection, you know, from a reputable person that they can start playing around in Ethereum for the first time. So really excited about that.
You're a nice person. We need more people like you around. So
sometimes.
Thanks, Rusty. Appreciate it. Let's go to Board. Hello, welcome.
Hey, Ryan. Thank you. Good morning. Wanted to touch back on something Emily said about differentiation in marketplaces and just some things I've observed. And I think the biggest piece with new marketplaces that have emerged and even the existing ones we know is they're thinking too much about traders as their customer and acting like trading platforms versus being like a retail experience. So when I think about why people go shop, you know, at a physical store, an online store, it basically comes down to 3 reasons. One is you like the store experience. It's, you know, good customer service. It's cool. It's got a vibe, whatever it is. Second is the price is cheaper. You'll go to a store because you can get this product cheaper. And then the third is they have products that other stores don't have. So why do people use eBay? It's because there's stuff on there that you just can't get at the store because it's basically sold out. And so like these are all reasons why the customer wants to go to a store. But it seems like the marketplaces are trying to incentivize on, you know, things traders would like, which is royalties and fees and all these things. And that's just a very tiny group of people relative to what they're pitching to their investors, I'm sure, which is that we're going to onboard hundreds of millions of people into this retail experience. Like when you look at Blur, even when you look at OpenSea, that doesn't look like a store. So I think they just have a little bit of an identity crisis of what they want to be.
Yes.
I think they're starting to figure it out. But until they change that and start like actually focusing on the products, why the products are cool, you know, why people should buy them, highlighting them in ways that, you know, make them more appealing. I don't think much is going to change, and I don't think we're going to bring more people into the space.
Amen. Gosh, good observation. Thanks for pointing that out. And that is actually similar. I think Mick might have said that, or another speaker saying, hey, you know, there's going to be different marketplaces for experiences. Like, yeah, why would you, you know, there's a big reason why you shop in this store versus that store, and presuming that everybody wants a Bloomberg terminal, you know, experience is strange. So I appreciate you pointing that out. It's probably just a result of the space being so small, you know, that we just don't have a wide enough selection of humans, you know, that want different experiences and would, you know, pay accordingly. So Board, thanks for bringing that up. Just want to encourage everyone to actually check out the Board box that Board Elon does. It's not, I didn't get paid to say that. I think it's a cool product and an interesting idea. So feel free to do that. All right, let's go. We're getting close to the end of the show. This has been a fun discussion. I like how it's been a little bit like ping pong going between the different news items, but it was kind of fun and different. Let's go to Clemente and then Crypto Kaiju.
Yeah, real quick. It was interesting hearing Board talk about that. I haven't really thought about it in that way as far as the identity crisis. But what I think about the identity crisis, I think it's more about companies trying to pivot because they're not making the money or the revenue that they expected, and that's what's causing the identity crisis. Is they have an idea on, or a customer base that they thought they could target, and because we have such a small user base, and there's not a lot of money in that current customer base, like these kind of customer-esque user, they're trying to pivot, and they're going, okay, where's the money at? And the money is in trading right now, right? And it's why we're seeing Blur have so much success right now, and why people are trying to kind of pivot to that, and why I think a lot of NFT projects have come out that are trying to reward and be around this trading and game theory and gambling that are being rewarded. So I think that's partially the theory, but that's also at the same time not necessarily going to onboard new people. Right. I don't consider anyone that's new to NFTs is not going to go on Blur. They're going to go on OpenSea. Right. And I think the ones that possibly try to have enough funding and have enough runway to kind of take that long-term approach and go towards this onboarding and retail-like user and storefront that Bored Elon was talking about, I think will have success in the long run if they can hold out and have enough money to do that in the long haul.
Yeah. Interesting point. Ironically, the rush towards money is ironically a rush towards no money, because that's where the attention is. And I say this over and over again, we're in an attention war here, and Blur is grabbing everyone's attention because you can skate around royalties, and the UI is really fast, and it's got a lot of powerful features. So a lot of the VC funded companies are moving to where the attention is, because they can afford not to have revenue during this period of time. I'm going to go to Crypto Kaiju in a second, but Clemente, if you could go ahead and grab those two winners, please, of the Mintify PFP allow list spots, please.
Yeah, I just DM'd them to you.
Okay, perfect. I will check. So we're going to get you all up on stage. We'll take a couple minutes to say hi and congratulate you. So we'll do that probably in, like 4 or 5 minutes. So get ready for that. Let's go to Crypto Kaiju, and then I actually want to transition to our Poppin project for the day. Crypto Kaiju, go ahead.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having me on up. I just wanted to quickly comment on the Blur stuff and the royalties. And one thing I would like to see on that platform is if they show, if they make it more obvious and clear what listings are applying the royalty and which aren't, because like when I look back at like when Gem, before Blur was kind of public, and I was using Gem more, what I noticed is that people were like avoiding the pseudo swap option and just sticking to the stuff that were royalty based. I guess part of it was because people were scared of using pseudo. It was like you had to actually come off the platform to buy, and they weren't used to it. But I wonder if people actually, how much people would still try to honor the royalty when it's more clear when they buy. Just
like in the UI. It's not clear. It'd be great to see like it highlighted. And next time I talk to the Blur team, I'll suggest that. That's a great idea. Love that. Thanks, Crypto Kaiju. Appreciate it. So I want to transition to our Poppin project. Apologies, Gene and Emily, for not getting to your hand, but I want to keep the show moving. So every day I try to go over a Poppin projects and Poppin projects, since DeFi, Voice of DeFi isn't on stage. That's my little sound clip for you all. The Poppin project is something that I'm looking at, and I'm going to explain what it is and why I think it's interesting. So today's Poppin project is Zeneca's PFP. So many of you, I'm sure, are fans of Zeneca and Zenacademy. I have a lot of respect for Roy and what he's built. He has deep integrity, very kind, like the kind of person we love having in Web3. And so last night I was on a Zoom with him, chit-chatting, and I said, "Tell me more about this. What's happening?" And he didn't tell me any secret things that you all don't know, but I want to point out, why I'm bullish on this. So number one, it's the team. Roy and the team. I know Emily's here she is. Emily, let's get her up here. She's on the team. And it's a really solid team that deeply understands NFTs, right? And I feel like if there's going to be a team that builds a good community with healthy tokenomics, good incentives, it's got to be Roy and Zenacademy and Zeneca. So I'm bullish on that. Emily here helps run a community over there. Hello, nice to see you.
Good morning. Hello.
You made
I
it. You're
did.
awake.
I know. I'm on West Coast, so it's always such a struggle to like get out of bed and show up to this. But today was
I
good.
have no empathy for you. Sorry, but
I'm just not a
just get
morning
up
person. I
early.
know. Now I will. Now I have a reason.
Okay, I appreciate that. All right, so the team's strong. I've met them in person. I've vetted them. I feel I could bet on them big time. And then the tokenomics are kind of interesting. You essentially will be able to burn your current 1155s to unlock these chests, and those chests will have PFPs in them. And it, to me, and this is not financial advice, but it feels like it's time, especially to grab the Zen Academy. Why am I blanking on the name? Emily, what's it? Not 333. What's the other pass called?
It's called the ZAG token, so it's the Zen Academy Genesis token.
Yep. So the Zen Academy Genesis token, I couldn't remember the G stand for, the ZAG token. It feels underpriced to me. I mean, it's 0.375. And I think it's a burn 1-for-1. Is that right, Emily? Putting you on the spot.
Yes. No, it's okay. Yeah, I know. I came up and complained about getting up early. It's a great look. No, yeah. So you burn one Zen Academy Genesis token for the chest, which then the whole thing was trying to move our 1155s to 721s. That was the biggest thing we wanted to do because we didn't want to add more NFTs to the space, and so it's 1-to-1 at this point.
I love it.
Yeah.
But they're only 0.375 on the floor. The 333 pass is 9.75, and I believe you get 3 chests for each 333 token. So if you're kind of doing the math, I mean, it just feels like the ZAC token is underpriced to me. So I'm thinking about grabbing some of those because it feels like a good bet. Again, not financial advice, but that it feels like a good play to me. And I really can't wait to see what the team does with the PFP. So excited about that. So that is the Poppin' project for the day. Wanted to give you some of my thought and analysis on it. So it is time to announce our winners of the Mintify allow lists for their PFP project. It's minting in December. It's a free mint. And hilariously, one of the winners is on stage. So Crypto Kaiju, good job. You got one of those spots. Why don't you come off mute and tell us, you're gonna get a flight to Hawaii and celebrate?
I'm already booking the tickets. Wow. No, this is
Have
great,
fun,
guys. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Really
Congrats.
exciting.
And we didn't pick you because you were on stage, so like that was one of those hilarious chances. So congrats, appreciate that. Please DM Mintify, and they'll tell you how to do that. And then the second winner is at Steven Sus 13. So at Steven Sus 13, come on up on stage, and we will cheer for you and say congrats. You won the other allow the spot for Mintify's PFP, which is minting in December. It's free. So Steven Sus 13, feel free to request and we'll get you up here. So got 4 more minutes to chit chat. Probably have time for a couple quick hands to close out the show, and then I'm going to post the link for the POAP. Gene, I see you.
Hey, yeah, I wanted to talk real quick. There's this concept in economics about stated versus revealed preference. So, if I say, hey, I love listening to Katy Perry, but at the end of the year,
Do
my
you?
Apple, I don't dislike it. I like
I
her.
think
She's
she's
fine.
great. Let's
Yeah,
just
she's
put it
great.
out there.
Yeah, she's great. Honestly, I met her. She came to my school once. She was great. We met.
Okay,
And
wait,
so,
what?
if I
Okay, sorry, carry on.
Oh yeah, so if I love, if I say that I love listening to Katy Perry, but my Spotify Wrapped and my Apple Music says my top most listened to artists are like Drake and 42 Doug, Lil Wayne, whatever, and Katy Perry's way at the bottom, then that's my revealed preference. And people's stated preferences are often different from their revealed preferences, and I think that's what we're seeing going on with Blur, with royalties, right? People might say all day long, "Hey, I love paying royalties," but then they price, the actions, the data dictates everything. And I want to do a quick shout out. I saw you in Vegas. You had the Jordans on, so I do know you're a big Bulls fan. I see Scottie Pippen in the audience. Love to see people in Web3. I have 2 funny Scottie Pippen stories, which I won't share. They're not like crazy or anything. They're just I don't want to monopolize the time. But great to see athletes checking out Web3.
Love it. Awesome. I totally, I absolutely agree. It's more fun. It's fun to see one of my, sports heroes in the space. So, Steven Sus13 is here on stage. Congratulations. Are you gonna take a trip to Pueblo, Colorado?
No, I wish, bro.
Oh
my God, I'm so
disappointing.
nervous. I never win a giveaway before.
Hey, well, you did it. Congrats. I've seen you in our spaces. I feel like since the beginning. So thanks for supporting
I
this
follow
community.
you.
It's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, congrats. Okay. Well, so good to have you here. Glad you won. Please DM the Mintify team and they'll sort you out with your allow list spot. I appreciate you joining and cute Moonbird, by the way.
Thank you. Thanks, Ryan.
No problem.
Mintify.
Okay. Yay. Okay. Well, let's close out the show. And we'll play a little music. Thankfully, the voice of DeFi is back. Hello, sir.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming back up. I appreciate it. Closing kind of thoughts, and then we'll kick it off with some tunes. I really appreciate you all being here. So many of you have been, on this ride with me for years, and then a lot of new friends have been really supporting me, over the last year. And so many of you are in this audience, and I appreciate every single one of you. Every single DM is just a treat, and I want to thank you for that. So please keep coming to the show. Please keep participating in this ride with us. I'm really excited about what we're building, what we're gonna launch next year. So thank you for doing that. I want to thank my co-hosts, Clemente and Mech. Mech had to go to a doctor's appointment. That's important. So appreciate her so much. I want to thank our amazing sponsors, Lucky Trader and Mintify, for supporting the show and helping make this whole thing happen. And not only that, but bringing value, reading news, reading market updates, helping everybody stay educated. I want to thank all my speakers for dropping knowledge and spending time with us. So with that, we're going to close the show, and we'll see you on Monday. But we're going to play a couple musics of minutes, and then I'm going to post the link to grab your POAP. Thanks, everybody. Have an absolutely lovely Friday. We'll see you next week. Little public service announcement, everybody. The link is live. I hope you were in the snapshot. We will have some technical problems, but I think the POAP drop is going smooth today. Make sure to get in touch with Rev G and us if you have problems. But good luck. Hope you all got it. We'll play a couple more minutes of tunes, or about a minute, and then we'll see you on Monday. Let's do it. Love it. Thanks to Voice DeFi. You're great. Thanks, everybody, for having a fabulous show. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.